Salutations! Welcome to another episode of Foxx Plays KSP, the 365-day challenge, round 2. And today, we've got a massive 3-part episode, starting with a massive launch. Probably one of the biggest single payloads in this space program so far. As you can see, it's huge. That's a 2.5 meter expanded fairing, and it's sitting on top of another one of our kind of UR-700-esque launch vehicles, which I have strutted a little bit, and I've added some Septrons just for a cleaner ascent, I hope. But unfortunately, we're going to have a night launch, I think, because if I look here, set as target, yeah, that's our next window. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a night launch, so take a good look. There's a better video of me launching one of these things a couple episodes back, but it's really cool. It's got this kind of, doesn't have like a core stack as such. It's got these 3 essentially repurposed missiles, and then they're all bolted together, and they're all, the second stage is bolted on top of the nose cones, and you got these, elongated but otherwise identical missiles strapped to the side. It's pretty cool. UR-700, very cool launcher. Go look it up. Anyway, here we go. Well, no, actually, we're gonna get to our launch window here. And missed it by a little bit. Okay. Let's get our engineer out. Rendezvous. Alright. Relative inclination. Okay. So, let's go. Nothing important exploded anyway, so still got some work to do on that, but alright, we are in the tippy top of the atmosphere here, so I'm gonna tip over just a little bit more, get down to about 35 degrees here. We actually managed to match our inclination almost exactly, so I'm pretty pleased with that. we've got a pretty long burn here. Just because we're still, Rapwapsis is still fairly low. That's okay. That's exactly how this launcher is supposed to work. We've spent most of our time gaining orbital velocity, not vertical speed, you know. We're trying to be pretty efficient here. Yeah, I'm really happy with our inclination. That relative inclination worked out really well for us. We're a little behind, so we've got some catching up to do, but it worked out really well. Part of the reason that I love this launcher is I can cross-feed my tanks from the outside inward and not feel guilty about it, because the real rocket does that too. Like, the real rocket actually does have the liquid fuel boosters to actually feed into the core section. Okay, we're gonna separate here. Let's give ourselves a bit of a roll here. It's very dark. I know it's very dark. But, what's our required altitude? 130. One thing we have to be careful about is this vehicle doesn't have any power generation on board. So it does have quite a few batteries, but no generation besides the alternator on the engine on the second stage here. All right. Maneuver. So let's see. Okay, that is outside the atmosphere, so it looks like we can do this in one orbit, which is always nice. Alright, well, I'm going to put a cut here, and I'll come back to you when we're ready to rendezvous, basically. Alright, here we are, intercepting. So, we should have a very close encounter here. About 100 meters, might be as much as, say, 160. But, close. And because we timed it well, our maneuver to equalize our orbit is also a fairly low delta V orbit, or low delta V maneuver. We're about to come into daylight here. You can see it on the horizon. Fortunately, I can't really pay attention to the horizon here as much as I want to, just because we've only got a couple seconds left here till our... I'm just going to fire now. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so I will accelerate time until we're in the day side. Shouldn't be very long at all. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Alright, and I think we're safe in just deploying. We've got plenty of electric charge. Just get rid of the engineer. We've got control. Yeah, we'll be okay. Alright. So first, we're gonna just point at target here. Fortunately, we're gonna just be on RCS from now on, so it's gonna be a little slow. So yeah, we'll miss. And we are in real time, so not accelerating at all. Or accelerating time, anyway. Probably should have started my slowdown a bit earlier, but bring up our docking computer. Turn off RCS. Alright, so what was yaw is now our role. Or, sorry, what was... No. Yes. Well, along the long axis, anyway. I'm just confusing myself at this point. Pitch is still pitch. Give or take. Yeah, pitch is still pitch. Just because... Right. Alright, and now for the tricky part. The roll. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it might be. I thought it'd be all kinds of up and down, weird stuff. Alright, so the question is if we get the roll, this number here needs to be very precise. It looks like we got it. Alright, so we'll re-engage RCS. We were pretty well lined up. I did try and make sure that the last segment of this was pretty small. Going at about 0.2 meters per second. We're not very far. So yeah, as you can see, the finally get a chance to talk about our payload. This is Service Truss Mark 1. As you can see, it provides primary fuel supply, primary monopropellant supply, secondary communications, backup batteries. You actually get more docking ports out of it than you use for it, because you get two active ports here and two passive ports radially. So there's that. And you've got these two docking ports up the top and the bottom, and they are for refueling craft, both for craft refueling the station and the station refueling craft what need refueling, which is nice. Did I miss anything? Oh, it also provides both Kerbal control capabilities, manual control capabilities, and a backup airlock. There we go. That looked like a very smooth docking. Let's just make sure here. Undock. Undock. Hey! Score. Alright, so that is us done. So we'll control from here. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to go over this way, but we'll go over that way. Get ourselves oriented properly. Because the basically the power trusses are supposed to be closer to the sun. And I just this moment realized that I designed this whole thing backwards. It was supposed to sit here. It was supposed to have passing docking ports on both sides. And it was supposed to dock on this side to cover up the well, it works. So we'll just transfer over propellant, and once that's done, we'll call it good enough. But anyway, I need to start thinking about the other two. I need to start working on the other two episodes for today, because of course this is the first part in a 3-part mega episode for the end of January. So, without further ado, I have been Fox. This has been KSP. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.